Alright guys, welcome back to another one. In today's video, I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is currently yet again missing.
Missing link. Missing link. Missing link. Missing link. Missing link. Missing link. Missing link.
Square Enix are actually genius in regards to the marketing strategy of Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. Very, very on brand.
Absolutely bloody genius.
This seems to be the Kingdom Hearts game that just refuses to come out, or at the very least, have any sort of indication as to exactly where the game is currently at in regards to its development. It has received numerous pushbacks since its initial reveal back in 2022. For those unaware, the game is supposed to come out this year in 2024. I do have a feeling that the original intended release year of Missing Link was supposed to be 2023. But I am curious to know why this game is taking as long as it is. It is definitely a very different undertaking for Square Enix. They have done a Dragon Quest type GPS-based mobile phone game in the past before, so they've got a little bit of experience, but Kingdom Hearts Missing Link kind of takes that concept up quite a few notches, and also ensuring that a game that looks this good as a mobile phone title works on a wide array of mobile devices. So, you know, there's reasons as to why this game might be taking as long as it is, but it has to make you wonder, why did they announce the game back in 2022? I was pretty much compiling a list of the various pushbacks for Missing Link. The game was originally meant to receive its first closed beta test in 2022. We saw that during the unveilment trailer. There was pretty much no word on Missing Link for the remainder of 2022, and we thought to ourselves, okay, this is not happening. It was then announced that there would be a prototype test, not a closed beta test, but a prototype test of the game exclusively in Japan, January 2023. Once the prototype test wrapped up, there was pretty much nothing. It was all quiet on the home front in regards to Missing Link. And then in October of 2023, quite a few months afterwards, it was announced that the very first closed beta test would be happening from November 29th through to the 8th of December. During this time, it was also announced that the second beta test would also be happening January 2024. We obviously got a lot of information from the closed beta test along with a teaser trailer. It kind of seemed like, okay, the gears are finally turning. Then the second closed beta test that was supposed to happen in January for Android then got pushed back into April. That April beta test then got pushed back a week, so not a big deal. Square Enix needed a little bit more time to fine-tune the experience for Android devices. It was also announced too that iOS would be getting in again on the second beta test. Now, Missing Link has received what I believe to be yet another delay, but a quiet one that I feel like is going under the radar. This is some news that we talked about a month ago. This little slip right here came with the Kingdom Hearts Memorial Wafer Collection, which released on June 4th of this year. The Memorial Collection of the wafers is meant to sort of coincide with Missing Link, and I believe was meant to coincide with the pre-registration opening for the actual game. We know that there are a few cards within that wafer collection that are to do with Missing Link, but on the slip right here in Japanese, it actually mentions that pre-registration is now open. If we go over to the official Kingdom Hearts Missing Link website for both the global and Japanese versions, it will mention that pre-registration information is coming soon. It would seem that Square Enix are gearing up for the actual full release. However, it makes me think, because of this slip mentioning that pre-registration is open, that pre-registration was supposed to begin June 4th, last month. Essentially though, something happened with the development. These slips had already been printed. It was basically too late to recall them and redo the slip, and they shipped these out anyway. This would of course create some pretty mass confusion, at least for the Japanese audience of Kingdom Hearts, considering that these are exclusive to Japan. Now, we do know that in December of last year, there was a Q&A that was held with Tetsuya Nomura and some of the participants of the closed beta test over in Japan. One thing that he did mention was that they want to release Missing Link when the weather is warm. Because of course you need to be able to go outside, that's one of the core aspects of the game, so it only makes sense to release it when it is during a nice season and the weather is decent enough to actually be able to roam the streets. And right now we're currently in that warm weather season, being that of summer for both Japan and the US. Summer for both Japan and the US ends at the end of September. Originally we were kind of thinking that, alright, maybe spring when it's not like grossly hot, so more so looking around the month of May. That obviously didn't happen, and because it seems like Kingdom Hearts Missing Link has recently received another pushback, I think right now we're probably looking at September. That is going off the basis that 2024 is still the intended release year, because again, this is a game that kind of pops up and then, yeah, there's some new stuff that comes out for a little bit and then just goes quiet, completely quiet. I was absolutely putting my money on hearing something about Missing Link in June when all of the video game news was rolling out, but of course, there's been nothing. There'll obviously be a big announcement trailer for the release date showing us more of the game, specifically the Disney Worlds. This is a portion of the game that we haven't really seen or heard too much about. And to also see that CG opening, because there is a CG opening, so that still needs to happen at some point soon. And looking at September, I think that's a pretty viable month. We do have the Tokyo Game Show happening in September, which would be a prime opportunity for Square Enix to step forward to unveil Kingdom Hearts Missing Link in full, happening from September 26th through to September 29th. And I probably don't need to confirm this, but yeah, Square Enix have been confirmed to be at TGS this year. This is also going to be the biggest TGS there's ever been, by the way. Not that this really has anything to do with it, but like if we look at Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, it released in September of 2015 for Japan. In fact, not including Unchained Key, there's actually been 3 Kingdom Hearts games in the past that have released in September: Kingdom Hearts Days, Kingdom Hearts 1, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So this is a month that Square Enix tend to like to use. I think it's also important to note here, going off of what Tetsuya Nomura has said, that it seems like there is going to be a large amount of content within the game from day one. During that Q&A session back in December of last year, he was asked how big will the scenario be when the service starts. He said there are so many new characters, voice dialogue, and cutscenes that we are reviewing the structure, but we have no intention of making it be compact. I'd say it will be the same as the previous Kingdom Hearts. He's essentially confirming here that the sheer amount of content, at least story-wise, in this Kingdom Hearts title will be the same as a console entry. Because I know that a lot of people are thinking, because it's a mobile phone game, that it will be some kind of compact version of Kingdom Hearts. Kind of similar to what we saw with Union Cross Unchained Key. There were small story tidbits at a time. You know, the game would get updated incredibly slowly, which, by the way, they even confirmed too that they are aware how long it took to get story updates for Unchained Key, and that Square Enix are deeming that as unforgivable nowadays. So they're probably also trying to come up with a structure where they can regularly dish out content for Missing Link. It seems like a lot is actually going into this game. It's a different beast compared to what we saw with Union Cross, which makes it all the more exciting because, personally speaking, while there was some really cool story developments in Union Cross, at the end of that cycle, I just honestly couldn't stand the game. Now, I don't think that from the get-go we're going to have a typical Kingdom Hearts length within Missing Link. As Nomura said right here, they're currently reviewing the structure. What I think's going on right now is they're currently developing a lot of content so that it's ready to be shipped, so that it's not a case like Union Cross where it would take so long to get the next significant update. Basically, I think that Square Enix are trying to stockpile Missing Link content so that they're ahead of the curve. They may have a year's worth of story content that they can then work in the background on years beyond that for future updates. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when we next hear about Missing Link. This recent low-key delay is definitely interesting. It just kind of seems like we should have had Missing Link at least by this point, but clearly there is something going on with the development cycle. However, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm Cynical, hopefully having a damn good one. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything that's going on here. Check out my other garbage social media platforms. A big thank yous to my wonderful patrons. I appreciate the support. We'll talk again real soon.